Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. My name is Ilona. I'm also known as Chikara Transformations. I'm an online health and fitness coach and I'm also a bodybuilder. And if you want to see what my journey to the stage is like, then be sure to check out my vlog channel. Since today I have memberships on my vlog channel, so please go over there if you want to support me, because I still don't know what's going on with my memberships here. YouTube support is being very difficult. I have two tiers there. One is just for a shout out, which I will copy and paste onto the videos here by the end of the week, and also for weekly members only live streams. And once the memberships here are back, what I'll do is I'll switch up the tiers, where here is only for the shout out, and then on the vlog channel it's for members only live streams. So if you want to be part of the members only live streams where we'll just chat about whatever, then be sure to go over there and sign up for a membership. I would greatly appreciate it. It will be in my community tab. Not to mention there is also very cute pet emojis available. Hello. Come on then. Come on then. Come on then. Come on, there we go. I show you how I eat, how I train, just the kind of things that I got up to. I'm vlogging this weekend actually. So I got my new posing bikini. I went to a little posing seminar. All the exciting things are happening. So if you want to see that, then check it out. Additionally, the Phoenix Rising will start on the 3rd of April. If you want to be part of that, you can. There is still some space for accountability check-ins, but you can just purchase plans and stuff like that at any time. In terms of bespoke one-to-one coaching, I have a couple of spaces left at the time of filming this. So if you're curious about that, then again, email me and I will get back to you about my availability. So today we are going to be looking at some full Bodied Bekkah, because it's been a while. She doesn't always upload so much. I've kind of have to wait for her to do a few uploads before I can do a reaction. I feel like she seems like a nice person, a sweet person, but she's just really lost it in the fat acceptance movement. And yeah, it's kind of sad. You know, she doesn't seem like a bad person, but she's just using a movement, I guess, to try and become confident in herself. I'm not really. Hello. Oh, good morning. You sleep next to me all night long, and then you need more cuddles. Huh? Is it like that? Is it? Shall we do some cat ASMR? Oh, you got some head bobs too. Very nice. Alright, let me move over and let's watch this. I started to be mean about my body, and then I remembered I am not defined by the way I looked. Who cares if I've got a big belly? I'm not even in the frame. That's a good idea, isn't it? I think you seem to care quite a lot, to be honest. Because if not, why would you feel the need to always like show it off and, I don't know, like highlight it to such an extent? It's like, that's not something that confident people do. Confident people just are happy with who they are. And they don't have to constantly point out. No. They don't have to constantly point out their flaws, or not their flaws, but their things like that, and be like, oh well, isn't it pretty? Isn't it amazing? In my opinion.
I have pretty low self-esteem, so it's really...
Don't worry, it won't happen again this time for obvious reasons. Mention about forceful intercourse. Can I say that? So it's really easy for me to convince myself that I'm the worst person in the world.
really easy for me to convince myself that I am the worst person in the world. But the next time I'm feeling that way, I'm just going to remind myself of this comment, because there is no way that I am the worst person in the world when there is people like you that have the audacity to comment on a video of me talking about the fact that I was raped and saying, don't worry, it won't happen again this time.
Yeah, I think that's really inappropriate. Just because she's a bigger girl, that doesn't mean that she can't get SA'd, of course. Like, I'm sure SA happens a lot to big people. I don't see why it wouldn't. Just because they're not, like, in terms of social norms, sexually desired. I think people that commit SA, I don't think they're just after people that are socially beautiful. They SA whoever. Like, people get SA'd that are grannies, that are in hospitals, that are in a coma. Like, all kinds of people get S8. So to say, like, it won't happen to you because basically you're a big girl, that's disgusting and inappropriate.
Because you're fat. I hope that you have the day that you deserve, Max.
Fat bodies are art. Oh, they don't. I mean, she's like, her face is like, she's not even, she's like, oh, she's sitting there going like, is it art? Yes, no, maybe.
And now the end is near.
I mean, did she paint that? Or is it just an app? I don't know.
I know it's really easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others online, but please
I have to say I quite like this bikini. I think it looks quite nice. And I think it looks quite nice on her as well.
remember that social media is often a highlight reel, and people might even be editing their pictures or their videos to alter their appearance.
She's very true in that. And like, whilst I do edit my pictures somewhat, I play around with the contrast and shadows and stuff. I never edit my pictures to show something that isn't there, if that makes sense. I don't give myself muscles down and there. I literally just play around with contrast and stuff, just because I want my muscles to show more. But there's a lot of people on social media that do, especially in like bodybuilding, they do a lot of Photoshop, and it does create unrealistic expectations.
Did you notice that I've been doing that this whole video? Let's fix it. So this is me edit free.
That's crazy. So this is the body filter stuff that Chantal has been using, right? Makes you wonder who else has been using that. I think a certain person that's been moving to Hawaii has been using that for sure. It's crazy what AI can do, isn't it, nowadays? Violet, hey. That's mental. Look at the difference. She loses like around 30 pounds.
To change my appearance. Just try to keep that in mind next time you're comparing yourself to someone online. I know it's really easy to...
Mental. I didn't even know you could do... Hello, Violet, you're being a little bit annoying now. You're being a little bit annoying now. Point of view, why you ask me why I disappear for weeks at a time. I have the thing, it's depression. Yeah, it do be like that sometimes when you are depressed, so you don't want to deal with social media.
You look at me.
I wouldn't look like that if you listen to... You wouldn't look like that if you listen to your body, 1. 2, you have already betrayed your body by being big.
With pity, just know I do the same to you. What a sad life you live, afraid to gain a pound or 2.
I mean, what a sad life you live to gain a pound or 2. She didn't just gain a pound or 2. She gained a pound or like almost 200. You know, but Bekkah has to be about 350, maybe up to like not 400 pounds. She's not that big. I'm going to say 300 to 300. A woman of her height, I mean, she's squatish, so she's probably not going to be very tall, because in general, English people are not tall. I'm not saying there's no tall English people, but in general, in terms of a population, they're not known for their height. So she's probably 5'4" to 5'6" maximum. You're looking at a weight of like 100 to 130 pounds, like healthy. So yeah, she is not just a few pounds. It's not just a few pounds extra. It's like a lot more than a few pounds. I know that feeling well, and I can always tell when someone's controlled by their food.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, you are controlled by your food, though. You literally let food control your life. To say that somebody like me, for like, granted, I'm in a prep now, so it's different. And prepping is extreme, and it is unhealthy. I will never deny that it isn't. You know, I'm purposely trying to get myself to an unhealthily low level of body fat, and I also do so by means of using certain performance enhancers. But I'm not denying that it is unhealthy, and it's not something that I do all year round. I prep for a couple of months at a time, a few months at a time. I mean, right now I'm actually eating a lot of food. I'm eating around like 2,700 calories. So it's not like I'm even in a low deficit, and I don't do excess amount of cardio except for walking my dogs, but I don't see that as cardio. It's not like I'm eating like 1,000 calories and doing 3 hours of cardio a day. Point is that in my off season, or anybody that normally lives a healthy, and it's not just me, I guess anybody that lives a normal healthy life, to a degree, like, yeah, you are controlled by your food, because like, well, you need to eat in it, and if you want to be healthy and look a certain way, you do have to be mindful with your consumption, and you do have to prioritize certain foods over others. However, when you get these morbidly obese people saying like, oh, like this, you are controlled by your food, you are controlled by food because you literally have no impulse control. You cannot control your emotions and your feelings, and you will resort to food as a coping mechanism. And, you know, maybe that's fair enough. Like, people deal with things in a different way, but to assume that people that are fit and healthy are controlled by food is like, actually, it's the opposite. You're the one that's controlled by food, not me.
Well, and I can always tell when someone is controlled by their food. And I know at this point that everybody hates themselves and hates their bodies.
Does everybody hate their bodies? But I've put in the work and I've done my time. You haven't, though. You haven't put in any work or done any time. This is this is where like fat acceptance is like so annoying. They're trying to make it seem like being obese is some sort of like it's hard work to be obese, and like it's that's not the word I'm looking for. They're trying to make it seem like it's almost an impressive thing to achieve. It's like, it's not. It's easy to get fat. I'm really sorry to say, but to be fat is easy. You just need to eat a lot, and eat a lot of mostly unhealthy food. It's not impressive to be fat. It's impressive to maintain a certain level of physique, because it means you have to be you have to be mindful and control what you're putting into your mouth. You have to be disciplined. You have to be routine. You have to have all of those things. To get fat or to be overweight or obese, it's not easy. Like, it's not hard. It is easy. It's very easy. Trust me, if I stopped training and I just ate what I want, I'd get fat too, because unfortunately, my body type is also that way inclined. I have to work very hard to look a certain way. And that's not like to power level or anything, but at the same time, the point is that, yeah, for some people it is hard. Some people do find it hard to get fat. No, I know, some people are just naturally skinny. But where these people are trying to make it out like they're brave some way or another because they're obese, it's like, no, you're not. It's fucking easy. It's seriously super easy to be fat. It's not hard at all. You just eat what you want, or you don't care about what you stick in your mouth, or you just don't bother exercising a lot.
But I put in the work, I've done my time. I'm taking up the space that is rightfully mine.
I don't get it. Like, what do you mean, taking up the space that's rightfully mine? This is so weird. It's like trying to justify... It's just trying to justify not taking care of yourself, isn't it, basically?
What you looking for? We got what you looking for. What you looking for? We got what you looking for.
This is also what I find really interesting within body positive and fat acceptance, is that a lot of them seem to be so proud of having mental illnesses. And I'm not saying you should be ashamed. It's not about being ashamed, but it's like they almost label their whole identity around being mentally ill. It's like, you are not your mental illness. You are you. And if you're mentally ill or you have something that's just part of you, I just find it strange, because when I had my mental illness, like, I just never talked about it, because it was like something that I was dealing with, and I didn't want to be defined by it, because I didn't want to be seen as like a victim. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people in this sort of movement, especially when they're like, oh, I have all of this myriad of mental illnesses as well, it's like you're making yourself a victim, and you're using that as an excuse. It's like, just because you have certain things, yeah, it will make life harder. It will make certain things harder. And like, obviously, depending on the severity of whatever mental illness, some people can't function properly in society. But most people can still function to some degree. But they just use it as an excuse to, I don't know, to like be special or something. It's weird. It's like, it's a mental illness. It's not... You shouldn't be ashamed of it. But it's also a bit of a weird thing to be proud of, no? Like, I don't know, like, it's one of those things, you just have it. And you live with it, and you try and work on it to make yourself better, because it's not fun to be mentally ill. It sucks. It sucks to be depressed. It sucks to have anxieties. You know, it sucks to have, like, anorexia or binge eating. Like, nobody's happy with these things. it's annoying. It's frustrating. It ruins your day. It ruins your life. So why try and turn it into something? I don't want to say positive because it's neither positive nor negative. But why try and why make it your personality? I just don't get it. I find it really weird.
And what do we do when we're feeling sad? Add to cart. Wait, what? Initiate checkout. Oh my god, no, don't do this. Click here to purchase. No, why are you doing this? I'm just so sad.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like to do that too. Retail therapy is a thing. I do like to spend money. If I feel really shitty, I do like to spend some money, I'm not gonna lie. Finally ditching diet culture and accepting my body. She's been doing this for like the existence of her TikTok though. Like, are you still trying to accept your body? The thing is, she literally just said in another video about the essay that she's really insecure. And then here she's saying how basically she is totally accepting. So what is it though? Are you secure or are you accepting? And the fact that you always have to stand in your underwear, rubbing your belly, tells me that actually you're actually incredibly, there's many actuallys, that you are very insecure. Because, I don't know, this is just not the way secure people act. They don't feel the need to constantly point out how beautiful their bodies are, if that makes sense. I don't know.
I totally forgot to
film a video of my outfit on the day. I actually really like this top. It's very cute and it suits her beautifully. I think it looks really nice on her.
To film a video of my outfit on the day, but I did take a picture and this is what I wore.
She looks great. This looks really nice on her.
I don't feel confident without makeup on and I'd like to change that, so I'm going to challenge myself to show up online without makeup on a little more often.
I prefer myself with makeup. I mean, to look like this I do for videos. I don't look like this in a day-to-day life. The one thing I do like to put on, always, is usually speaking my eyebrows. And I do also usually like to put on like a little bit of concealer, just to brighten up my under eyes. But otherwise I'm okay. There was a time in my life where I had to do a full beat all the time. But as times have progressed, as I've gotten older, I'm okay with just very minimal makeup. I mean, this is still pretty minimal, but I like wearing makeup too though. It makes me feel nice. It's just fun to put on, isn't it?
Because it's totally normal to have pores and pigmentation and blemishes, and the world is not going to end if anyone sees my bare face. I don't feel confident without... I saw Lizzo in Glasgow. Gonna have...
Body positivity is actually for people with burn scars, scars and other things they have, but being overweight shouldn't be something positive. I'm gonna have to agree with you there, buddy.
Disagree with you here, buddy. If you knew anything about the body positivity movement, you would know that it actually originates from the fat rights movement in the late 1960s, early 1970s in the US, where fat black women were at the forefront of the movement. So if anyone should be included, it's...
I think she's right about this because I can't remember your name, but there is a lady who is a subscriber, comments on all of my videos. We DM sometimes, and she sends me information like this and like educates me sometimes on things, and I'm very grateful about that because she does it in a very kind way, not a condescending way. Like, I'm very open to learning and I'm very open to understanding things because, you know, I'm not fucking perfect at the end of the day, and I'm wrong about things quite a lot, so it's fine and I'm okay to be fine about that. And she actually she told me about the link between why there is actually a link between fat acceptance and body positivity and racism, and it is to do because of black women, obese black women. So yeah, I find that really interesting.
It's them. Ultimately, the movement kind of evolved to include and celebrate anyone living in a marginalised body. And then it was co-opted by straight white women, but that's a conversation for another day. If we're just gonna focus on your take for a minute, I would love to know where you draw the line. So it should be for people with burn scars and self-harm scars. What about someone like me who has self-harm scars but is also fat? I'm guessing I'm not invited to your exclusive club?
I think body positivity should just be for everybody. Like, everybody should love their bodies, regardless of like whether it's disabled, deformed, it has scarring, it's obese, it's malnourished, it's fairly normal. Like, why shouldn't we all be allowed to love our bodies? Because I think, I think to some degree everybody has problems, especially women. Most women have issues with their body, so shouldn't it just be for everybody? Should not everybody be allowed to feel good about themselves? Like, why should only big people be allowed to feel good about themselves? But I understand there is a bigger drive for non-socially acceptable bodies. I get that. But everybody should be allowed to feel good about themselves.
My stomach has always been my biggest insecurity, but I refuse to spend any more time seeing...
Seriously, this woman, every single freaking time she talks about her stomach and she talks about how confident she is about it now, is she making these videos to try and convince herself? Because she's not convincing me. You're still insecure about your stomach. And look, it's up to you whether you are or not. But to keep mentioning in every freaking video that your stomach is beautiful, and every single time you're rubbing your belly and all of that, what it means, that to me tells me that you are still terribly insecure about it. So you can still make 100 TikToks, but the only person you're trying to convince here is yourself. And you're not doing a very good job on it because you keep harping on about it.
Seeing her as my enemy. She's soft and squishy and a little bit hairy.
This is just so weird. That's so weird, isn't it, Violet? It's so weird, isn't it? Yes. You're soft and squishy and a little bit hairy. Yes, you are.
Is my pet's favourite place to sleep. And most importantly, she is just one part of me. She does not define me. My stomach.
She doesn't define you, yet every opportunity you get to show your freaking belly, you do. So it's almost like she kind of does define you. Anyway, guys, this is the last one in her little where I am. I can't go back any further, so we're up to date with full Bodied Bekkah. I'm gonna go because I need to walk my dogs, and I don't want to because it's very stormy outside, or at least windy. So, on that note, insert a belly emoji of some sort, or any emoji that you associate with the belly. Comment, like, subscribe, dislike the video if you disliked it, and let me know down below why, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.